Right. Convoluted. Right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you, yes you, happen to be. My name is Paul, I'm also called Nik Nak, and I'm the brains, so help me God, behind Nik Nak's Daily Teaser. It's a little fun brain teaser quiz I do every day. I also talk about films I've watched. I saw the updated version of Dune just recently. I'll have details about that under the little I there, so you can go and have a look at it. I also watch TV shows. I've finished watching Lovecraft Country a couple of weeks ago, which is a superb little series I urge you to go and watch. Somebody ought to give HBO a sort of big hint that it really wasn't worth bothering to cancel it, and that's the only way of doing it, is to boost the sales of the thing. But I've also, for the past couple of weeks, Doctor Who fan that I am, I've been watching Series 13 of Doctor Who, or Doctor Who Flux, as it's been calling itself for this 13th series. I've got the first 3 episodes, and I've also, tonight, it's Sunday the 21st, I've also managed to catch Episode 4, Village of the Angels, and I wanted to tell you about the episode. Chapter 4, Village of the Angels, opens with a now obligatory summary of previous episodes, and then, in the pre-title sequence, shifts to the 21st of November, very specifically the 21st of November 1967, in the basement of the home of Professor Jericho, played by Kevin McNally, in the little village of Mediton. The professor is starting what looks like a lie detector test on Claire Brown, played by Annabelle Sholey, or Scully, I'm not too sure how it's pronounced, but it's one that sees Claire put in a wrong answer at least once. It's only when Claire is asked the year, 1967, that the professor's machine goes a bit funny, and stays a bit funny as Claire goes into a strange fugue state, telling the professor that there will be no escape. Not for her, not for them, not for you. And finally, that the angel has the TARDIS. Post-titles, we find the Doctor, Yaz and Dan, Jodie Whittaker, Mandeep Gill, and John Bishop are desperately trying to get rid of the weeping angel that got control of the TARDIS last week. The Doctor's only way of getting control, or regaining control, is to connect 2 very large sparking cables that are sparking unnervingly in a sparkingly sparky, dangerous-looking sparking way. That leaves the angel, thankfully, elsewhere, and leaves the TARDIS in a little village called Mediton in 1967, where the Doctor heads off to see why the sonic screwdriver is seriously beeping and heating up, leaving Yaz and Dan to deal with a pair of villagers looking for a missing little girl called Peggy, and a woman called Mrs. Haywood warning the vicar about the stones. Claire and Professor Jericho, on the other hand, are still in the basement, still trying to do stuff, and still have an image of an angel. Now, good, bad, indifferent, and convoluted. Did you read or see my review of last week's episode, Once Upon a Time? That is something I called convoluted, as have others, I'm told, but it can also be seen as both complex, you have to pay attention to it, and rivetingly watchable, because you have to watch it to keep up with what's going on. It was a complicated piece of complex entertainment that needed our attention. It was eminently well written and eminently watchable. And I think we can say the same for Village of the Angels. On the surface, we've got a plot that is potentially complex, but actually quite simple. Claire, the Annabelle Sholey character, has a rogue angel stuck in her head, the same way that Karen Gillan's character did in the Flesh and Stone two-parter way back in Matt Smith's era. she has a rogue weeping angel stuck in her head, and the division, the Time Lord body that's been the Doctor's employer, it seems, have sent a group of weeping angels to attack Claire in the Halloween apocalypse, which sent her back to 1967, where the angels have followed her so they could kill the rogue angel. The angels are after the angel in her head. The Doctor showing up gives the rogue angel someone to negotiate with. She's got information about the division the Doctor would like. But it's something, the Doctor is someone the rogue angel can throw at the rest of the weeping angel attackers because she's a far bigger target. It's simpler than it's... I know I've possibly not explained it well, but it is actually simpler to watch, even though you need to pay attention whilst watching. It's simpler, it's entertaining, there's plenty of fan references around, and a few other real-world ones as well. And it's also an episode that remind us that the Weeping Angel are, or what the angels, it reminds us what the angels are capable of being, the scariest things on TV. Add to that one hell of a cliffhanger that sees the Doctor captured by the angels and companions left in a village quite literally on the edge of space. You can bet your bum I'm going to be watching next week's on the 28th. That episode's called Survivors of the Flux. I'll be doing my usual written and video reviews on the same evening. If I don't, I'll let you know when they go up. But it looks like it's going to be an interesting story to watch. It'll resolve tonight's cliffhanger from Village of the Angels, and it looks like Kate Stewart's unit is back. I'll see you next week. You take care. Just as a postscript for you, I mentioned bits and bobs there and references. At one point, the Doctor uses it's just as fan service, fan references that fans would spot. The Doctor uses the word contact when joining minds with Claire at one point. That's basically lifted, I think, from the three Doctors. The second and third Doctors use the same word to connect each other's brains. That's whole... The image of an angel is itself an angel line. That's from the Time of Angels Flesh and Stone two-parter. And the amount of blinking that gets mentioned in this episode is inevitable given the name of the episode that the angels first appear in. There's also an extra thing. The Doctor whips out the trusty psychic paper at one point, which tells Professor Jericho, she waves it at the Professor, and that tells him that she is a member of the Institute for Psychical Research. I know where they've got that from, I think. It's a reference to the Real World Society for Psychical Research, which was founded back in 1882 and goes ghost hunting and sort of looking for ghosts and sort of weird and wonderful stuff. I don't know if they're mad, bad, or just a bunch of loons, but there's a real world bunch of ghost hunters. Thank you for listening this far. Take care.